Well, hello again. I wasn't expecting to make another video this soon, but here we are. I wanted to take a closer look at the other PCs that we got when we were doing the aluminum can recycling video. This one here is the PC we originally started with, and it worked for a moment until it didn't, and that's because of bad capacitors. Let me show you what I mean. I don't know how well the camera's going to show it, but those three right there, that one's bad, that one's bad, that one's already, that one's already popped. There's a whole bunch of other capacitors that are all bulging. However, this system is worth saving. So, I'm going to pull this motherboard out, and I'm going to replace these capacitors and see if we can get it to come back to life. Moving on. The next thing that I wanted to look at was actually this. So while I was getting the computers, I also got a whole box of keyboards, random firewalls, power cables. But this was amongst them, and this appears to be, at least, a keyboard with a built-in, really disgusting trackball. It's kind of cool. Never seen one of these before. Let me know down in the comments before I figure this out. Let me know where this is from. This looks like it comes off. Yeah, I bet you could put a piece of paper back here underneath this piece of plastic and customize what these buttons did. Anyway, another thing we got in that box was a random 200 gig IDE hard drive, which is super awesome. Finding them in capacities over like 80 or 120 gigs is honestly pretty rare. Next, we have something very, very exciting, and that is this. I don't know what's in this box, and that's what excites me. This is our first P.O. Box donation. Gotta be honest, I never really, I never expected my channel to get this big. I was surprised when I hit 100 subscribers, let alone over 1,000. We're at like 1,700 now. That's insane. I'm really glad that you guys enjoy my silly little computer videos. So, we have... Oh! I know what this is. This is to get rid of all my canned air hoards. I did actually pick up a huge air tank that I could refill at my own leisure, but unfortunately, my plan was to fill that up at a gas station because I can't actually have an air compressor here. And, well, people at the gas station said, no, you can't fill that here. So, let's see. So there is a gift message here, and it starts off with, I hope this serves you well in your endeavors, my good sir. Then they say that I don't have to give them a shout out, but I will. This is from Shadow Drums. Thank you so much. This is amazing. And this actually genuinely will help out a lot. That is a huge step up from 1,000 cans of compressed air. So, let's see. I just cut my fingernails, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this open super easy. Yep, I have to use the scissors. This is cool. There we go. I've always wanted to pick one of these up, but never could quite justify the cost. Granted, they have come down significantly in price since when I was looking at them, you know, a decade ago. Ooh, charges over USB-C. Comes with brushes. Those will also come in handy. And here it is. Kind of looks like a hairdryer. Oh, it's got a piece of plastic. Definitely going to need to charge it first, I suspect. Press power button 3 seconds to turn on the product. That is cool. Thanks again. This is going to be huge. I'm actually going to use this real quick here. So while I do the rest of this, we're going to go ahead and set this to charge. So I'll be right back. So of all the PCs I got, this other ThinkCentre is one that I wanted to look at next because from my initial inspections, it's actually better than the one that we used. So yeah, should have looked through all of them before I settled on one. Because it looks to me like that's 16 gigabytes of RAM. Additionally, I do find it kind of weird that the other one had a single tall stick and a single half-height stick, while this one has 3 half-height sticks and a single tall stick. So, just for OCD, I'm going to take this tall stick and put it in the other one, so that way this one can have 4 half-height sticks and just kind of match. I don't actually know if it works, but I highly suspect it does. We will be testing that at the end of this video. But there isn't a whole lot more to see here. It's not very dirty, not very dusty. Genuinely should have just used this one. And there's no spiders in it, which is great. Next we have this Dell Precision 3000. I can almost guarantee you this is a socket 478 Pentium 4 system. Oh, yeah, this one wouldn't have worked. Let me get you in here. Do any of you see something wrong with this motherboard? No? I'll give you a moment. See it yet? No? Let me get you in closer. Look at that. I don't know what that used to be, but this computer was actually on fire at some point. I don't know what that was. What chip would have been there? Anyway, yeah, something tells me this machine would not have worked. But that's okay. We can still repurpose the case. It is mostly standard micro ATX. The front panel connector is custom, proprietary, but you can always cut that up and repurpose it. Power supply, not really going to bother reusing that, especially since it's been in a computer that was literally on fire. Got a couple of IDE cables, always useful. That's a big capacitor. What's that capacitor doing there? We also got a modem card, useless, but you know, while we have this here, why don't we have a look at what CPU this is? We know it's a Pentium 4, and it's obviously socket 478. Question is, which one is it? Survey says the bog standard Pentium 4 2.8 gigahertz that all Dells seemed to come with. Nothing special. How much RAM do we get? 256. 256. Again, that just seems to be what all of these were equipped with. Anyway, I suppose I have been putting it off long enough. It's time to move on to the Vostro 200. And we've already seen inside that case, and we know what we are about to get into. Ugh. Well, I guess there's no putting it off. Let's get this open. For those of you who didn't see the video and are wondering why I'm being so dramatic about this, well, I'll show you. Look at that. Like, Jesus. That's as thick as my cleaning cloth. Yeah, I hate this one. And I also hate the fact that all the capacitors look okay. Even though these Vostro systems were well known for bad capacitors. Jeez. So, yeah, this is absolutely disgusting. And just for you guys, just for you, I really hate this. Ugh. Jeez. Look at that. Oh, man, that is gross. I'm gonna have to take this outside and blow the rest out, but my God. I'm not even gonna take this apart first. This is too much. Let me get my coat. We're going outside. It's coming out here to clean. Homeboy found a gaming chair in the trash. Man, I should have been down there. I would have gotten that. Damn it. Well, no time like the present. I'm gonna lower the volume just so this doesn't deafen everybody, but I will not be speeding this up. Jeez. Alrighty. We're going to see if this sucker works. And this unknown, presumably NVIDIA card. Got a random Kingston keyboard for life here. There we go. Well, there's a beep. F2 is set up. I mean, it appears to work, despite everything. System info, we have a Core 2 Duo E4500. That is disgusting. And 1 gig of RAM in single channel mode. That can be fixed. Now, which one of these fans is making that noise? Oh, it's the power supply fan. Rip. Okay, well, surprisingly, this one works. So let's set this aside. And I am not going to be even attempting this one. Nope, not even gonna try it. This one, however, it would be nice to know if this one works. So let's get this all set up. Well, it functions. Let's try to get into the setup. I think it's F1. Could be wrong. Might be escape. Oh, there we go. Okay. System summary. i3-2120, 16 gigs of RAM. Yup, that's what we expected. But hey, I mean, out of 5 PCs, each purchased for only $5 each, we got 3 working ones. One of them's got 16 gigs of RAM. That's pretty good for effectively a trash find. Dude was just trying to offload them. He had pallets of random junk he was trying to get rid of. So, yeah. Not bad at all. I think I'm going to pick up a couple of i7-2600s, throw those in these, and donate them to whoever needs them. So, not bad at all. But I have a couple other questions before we finish today. Firstly, we never tested it, but this is a GeForce GT610. I know it's not exactly the most performant of graphics cards, but if this works, then I got a free graphics card out of it too. I believe this was in the Core 2 quad machine with the bulging capacitors. So I hope that this is set to auto for which graphics to initialize. We'll find out in a moment. Hey, that'll do. We got a working graphics card. Now the final question I have is this HD 7770. Is it actually dead? It worked for a little bit, and then it just stopped. Now I've owned a few of these in my time, and every single one of them has broken. I can't quite explain why. It's always been mysterious. It just stops working one day. Baking them never seems to fix them either, so I appreciate the suggestions that you are already typing in the comments, but I have, unfortunately, already tried. So, we're going to take this and we're going to put it in a different system. Oh, that's heavy. You remember this system, right? From the weirdly broken CPU video? I had to get rid of the GTX 960. That lives with somebody else now. But hey, it'll serve us well for this test. So, get this monitor where we can see it. Plug this in. Get this plugged in. And keyboard. The only question is, does it work? Move you guys so you can actually see what's going on. Oh. There we go. No, we're getting a red light on the PCIe slot, so that's a no-go. This card is dead. That sucks. I don't yet want to say that we got scammed on this card, because technically speaking, it did work when we bought it. It just worked for about a minute. So, and that just seems to be how these die. They work perfectly fine until they just never turn on again. So, this is one of the few times where I don't really hold any ill will towards the guy that sold me this card, because he probably genuinely didn't know. So, that's that, I suppose. Or is it? Because I have one more thing that I picked up while I was down there. One really, really weird computer. And I don't know if this table can hold it. Let's find out. Oof. Whew. This is 120 pounds of PC power from around 2006. This is a Dell PowerEdge 2900. It is nearly identical in performance to the PowerEdge 2950 server. However, it's a desktop. In name only. This thing has dual power supplies, and we will need both of them. Ugh. Let's open her up. Ugh. Yeah, that's pretty dirty. This thing has been used and abused. So, I remember there being a problem with these motherboards. Yes. So... oh, that's a weird card. We have a quad modem here. I've never seen anything like that. Let me see if I can pull that out real quick and show you. But there is a problem with these boards, and I'm looking at it right now. You can't see it, but look at that. It's a quad modem, and it requires Molex power, which wasn't supplied. What is this card? If anybody knows what this is, Sangoma model A200R, let me know, because I have never seen anything like this, because this This might not be a modem. This might be a quad port serial card, but it really looks like a modem. So, anyway. Then we have a SCSI card, like an old school SCSI card, which is connected to nothing because this system doesn't use this type of SCSI. And this is the problem. Let me see. How can I show you this? I think I'm going to have to lift this damn thing again. It has 4 PCI Express 8X slots and no X16 slots. Oh my god, I just saw something else. Oh, it's on my shirt. Come on. The chipset cooler fell off. That's not good. That is not good at all. Why did it fall off? Oh. So the way these chipset coolers are held on, there's a hook on one side and a hook on the other. And on one side the hook's gone. So we can't actually power this thing up. I have no way to attach a chipset cooler to it. Unless I were to take this little arm off and like epoxy it to that, but I don't have any thermal epoxy. Oh, it's got bad capacitors anyway. Yeah, this system's dead. I'm not even going to try to power this on. I lied. I will. But first, how much RAM do we have? 4 sticks of half a gig. Okay, so this system has a whopping 2 gigabytes of RAM, but it has 2 CPUs and an ATI graphics chipset. It's not going to be a powerful graphics chipset. This was mostly a compute station. You can think of this as a predecessor to the Dell R900 or the R910. They did not expect you to put graphics cards in here and actively attempt to prevent you from doing so. Doing our little trick of cutting off the back of the PCI Express slot could technically work, but the problem is there's a little plastic shroud that covers all the board, so I'd have to cut that as well, and that's not happening anytime soon. Looks like the battery for the RAID card has swelled up a bit, which is not surprising. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with this system. It's interesting, but it's kind of useless. Kind of dirty. Really dirty, actually. This is going to be another thing that I have to clean outside. But since it's like 10 degrees outside right now, I'm not going to. Because that little table that I use, not strong enough to hold this at all. So I'll tell you what, let me know down in the comments what you think I should do with this. And once spring rolls around, we'll take this outside, we'll blow it out, and I will try every single thing that is suggested. So just let me know. I will also need to recap this thing. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. Man. Well, on that, does this, you know what? Does this have any drives? It's got the key. I thought that this top would hinge off, but I guess it doesn't. I swear it does, I just don't know how. Anyway, we've got 2 sleds. The rest of these are blanks. So he says nothing and nothing. And like I said, the rest of these are just blanks. They don't even hold hard drives. So, yeah. This system definitely not worth the 25 bucks I paid for it. It's cool, but it's broken, and I can't add a graphics card to it. To be honest, I don't even want to open this up to see what kind of CPUs are under it, but I kind of feel obligated to do that, so let's do it. Let's get that out of the way. I really don't want to undo this, but it looks like I have to. We'll do it from the card side. Let's get you in here a little closer. Jeez, those are dirty. But let's see what we have. I highly doubt this has quad-core CPUs. Not with 2 gigs of RAM. Where's my cleaning cloth? Intel Xeon 5050. Yeah, that is, I believe, a dual core with hyperthreading. I could be wrong. That could just be a dual core. But I'm pretty certain that the 5050 is net burst. So, great. These need cleaning too. Everything about this system is just really filthy. Really, really filthy. This one's going to be the same. I don't need to open that up. Wow. I am really, really regretting this purchase. Yup, here's what it is. It is what it is. Gross. That's what it is. It's gross. Gross that I paid money for this thing too. Like, it's cool, but I can't put a graphics card in it, so I can't really expand it. What am I supposed to do with this thing? Like I said, let me know down in the comments below what I should do with this thing. And once the summer rolls around, or once springtime rolls around and there's no snow on my porch, I'll take this out, do a full cleaning, and I'll try anything and everything that is suggested. In the meantime, thank you very, very much for watching. As I search for the next deal here, I wanted to mention that you can find all kinds of things on my Patreon. Which, sorry, I'm a little distracted by this. There's some good stuff, and I haven't even scrolled down yet. But, I have all kinds of behind-the-scenes and exclusive content on my Patreon that you can find. Not all of it requires you to pay, either. Anytime that I upload an exclusive video that requires you to be a paid member, give it a month, and I'll make it free. It usually takes between 4 to 6 weeks, but I don't like to keep the exclusive things completely exclusive. But, on that subject, I would like to thank my patron members, starting with Z Burke 10, Shane, Josh Hartman, Jarl, Flocala, Dr. Larks, and Adam on the ISA tier. Ooh, Asus B85M, okay. I could use more of these. I actually have a few of those, but they all seem to die really quickly. Good boards, though, other than the, dying thing. What is this? Old... That's a weird one. Moving on, I'd like to thank Glenn King for being the only PCI tier patron member. Thank you very, very much. Motherboard. Okay. Oh, that's a cute little PC. White Dell... Oh, it's a case only. In addition, I would like to thank Sean Patrick, Pefty Lefty, Daniel Pate, Daniel Covert, and Carly Dunlop for being AGP tier supporters. Thank you very much. PowerEdge. Oh, that's the weird one. But seriously, thank you all very, very much for supporting me and for supporting this channel. I cannot thank you enough. I also have a P.O. box now. I keep forgetting to mention it. That is located at 525 Kellogg Avenue. Now, what the hell? Okay, that's funny. I don't care what side of the political aisle you're on. That's funny. Did I already open this one? Probably. Anyway, my P.O. box is at 525 Kellogg Avenue. That is Kellogg with 2 G's. P.O. box number 104, Ames, Iowa, 50010. Thank you all very, very much. And thanks for watching.